Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, the Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in one of the cheapest Tier 8 premiums to get your hands on, the IS-5, a Tier 8 Soviet heavy tank. The IS-5 is a pretty easy tank to unlock. On my free-to-play account, I've been able to get it within 1,000 battles. In fact, I've probably had the tank for at least a month now. I've just never fully equipped it until today because I didn't want to drop 1.5 million credits on putting the equipment slots on this vehicle. But I've finally done it. So in today's video, we're going to be playing in the IS-5. Now to get your hands on this vehicle is pretty dang simple. If you make your way over to the clan tab, you will notice that you have a supply. You'll notice there's a clan supply. You need to be in a clan supply of level 10. But not only that, you need to have a personal access of level 10. When you unlock access level 10, as you can see right here, I'm highlighting, is the IS-5 purchase. You'll be able to purchase this tank for 1,500 gold. This is a vehicle that is definitely not the best, but it's also not the worst. It earns credits, it's got a decent gun, and it'll get the job done when it needs to. Now, I don't have premium account on right now, but that's only because I'm playing these two battles for the video on the IS-5. It's currently, 2:14 in the morning, so I figured I'd just kind of review this tank really quickly, have a bit of fun in it, and then tomorrow I'll grind some more on my free-to-play account, probably streaming a bit as well. Alright, well, we're going to be making our way over towards base A to see just exactly what we can do. What do we have up against us? We got an M3 Yo, TVP VTU. Well, let's look at the heavies. They got a Semavente. I kind of count that as a heavy. Really depends on what the enemy does in that tank, but I still kind of count the TVP as a heavy. Let's see. Or not the TVP, sorry, the Semavente. I don't know why I said TVP. I'm just kind of losing it. But there we go. Nice slap into the SU-152, and he bounces an AP shell on my tank. I'm not really sure why he shot an AP shell at my tank, if I'm going to be completely honest, but ooh, that's a decent chunk of vehicles. Now, one thing you'll notice about the IS-5 is the accuracy. This is not a very accurate tank. While it does feature a decent top speed of 42, and it's got decent armor as well, definitely when it comes to mobility, this is not what the tank, or not mobility, but when it comes to accuracy, this is not what the tank's really good at. Sorry if I confuse my words a bit. As I said, I'm very, very tired, so I apologize. We've got the Tiger 2 in front of us, and let's see if we can slap him again. Bonk. There you go. Nice 415 tap. With that, we are already up to 1,650 damage. We got a couple seconds left, and we will have one more shell ready to badonker. There is the Super Hellcat, and ooh, 480 slap into that player. We haven't even been shot yet, really. I mean, the only tank that's tried to shoot at us was the SU-152, and I don't think that guy really wanted to after he got bonked. So, we got the Super Hellcat. I should have just fired an AP shell, to be honest. But, you know what? I'll still take any damage I can get, so not too bad. Let's reload and see if we can get some more damage out. We got the TVP off to the side, and a bonk. What? What? Well, that's a good example of the accuracy on this vehicle. It's not great. I mean, you will miss some fairly easy shots. But when it hits pretty hard. We were able to slap this TVP and ram him for over 560 damage, which is a pretty nasty slap if I say so myself. Hello, TVP. A bonk. There you go. Another nice tap of 383. My T-25-2 is going to slap him as well. I'm just going to kind of ignore the guy. I mean, he hit me actually pretty hard to not lie, but it doesn't really matter all too much. We're going to get a big ol' HE slap into the rear of the Semavente to make sure that we clear him, and we're going to give a little love tap for, you know what, a decent 124 into the back of the Yo. With all that damage added up, we did probably close to 36, maybe even 3,700. Now, I'm not going to say that every battle you play in the IS-5 is ever going to go this well, but it is still a pretty nice tank for everything it has. There he goes, 3,740 damage. I doubt this is going to be an ace. Yeah, first class. This is by far one of the most popular takes just because of how easy it is to get your hands on. And you know what? We made 95,000 credits that battle. That's not too bad at all. I'll take it. Let's do one more game and see if we can do just as well. Alright, loading into the battle. Another tier 8 game, not too bad. We got an SU-152, Cheery, AT-7, and then they got tier 8s like the KV-4, IS-3, Chisei, and oof, I hate fighting the ISU-152. It just negates all armor. But you know what? I think we'll badonker the ISU out of existence. Let's get into the front line. And I'm actually quite happy Wargaming's putting a lot of game modes out right now because it allows me to grind a lot of my free-to-play takes without actually hurting their statistics and getting their crews up, which is pretty solid overall. So that's what I've been doing a lot on my free-to-play account, is exactly that. Let's make our way over towards, well, bad news is my team's not really sticking together. We got some tanks going over towards A side, we got some going over towards C, which is not always the best. You kind of want a mix of everybody going similar areas, not just splitting back and forth. But you know what? We got, it looks like an AFK Cheery, and oof! Well, he's not AFK anymore. I think we woke him back up because, ooh, man, 552 slap into his poor tank. A great example of where the alpha on this vehicle is very, very unforgiving. Now we get a nice shot for 440 into the AT-7, and with that, 2 shells, we've dealt just about 1,000 damage. I really do like the IS-5. I mean, the Soviet heavies are definitely not the most exciting tanks out there, but the thing that I always like about them is they get the job done. They have mobility, they have armor, and they've got alpha, which is really all you need when it comes to a tier 8. So let's make our way over here. There's the AT, and once again, we're just going to slapper this guy. I think he's got the stock gun, which is honestly kind of sad. The enemy IS-3 is camping in spawn, which is a bigger Sag. SU-152 manages to finish off the enemy AT-7, and with that, we're going to get to the rear of this Cheery. Get a nice, ooh, 625 slap, and ram him for the final 75 hit points. That was absolutely nasty. We are already over 2,000 damage at this point, and we're going to go just murder this poor IS-3 who has been camping in spawn. Hello, good sir. How are you doing? Would you like to get shot by my IS-5? Now, the IS-5 is pretty decent when it comes to turret armor. I wouldn't say it's the best, but as long as you're able to hide the hatches, which are on the roof, you'll actually get pretty decent bounces. So that's exactly what we're going to try and do here. Now, the frontal armor on this tank is not amazing. Like this IS-3, I would expect to cut through it, but he also appears to be oblivious, and also I just realized that the IS-3 is running the stock gun, so maybe he won't bend me. Yeah, more what I expected. Alright, well, we have a bit of a problem here because I have to pen him, but you know what? He didn't move his turret too much, and because of that, we were able to get a pretty easy pen into his vehicle. Alright, well, even though I'm doing pretty solid here, it unfortunately appears that our team is not doing all too great. Let's just keep on wiggling, making sure that this IS-3 has a very hard time penning us. Well, he did actually end up cutting through, but I don't think it's going to matter. We're already up to 3,600 damage at this point. We've got the KV-4 coming off to the side. Not sure if the KV's going to finish him off. I hope he doesn't, because, oh, come on. I wanted to get that kill, but you know what? It's fine. We're going to make our way all the way over towards the KV-4 and the ISU-152 that's left on the enemy team. Actually, yeah, the ISU and SU are both alive on their team. This is where the decent mobility on the IS-5 allows you to actually get some decent damage late game. You can see here, even uphill, we're going 35 kilometers per hour, which isn't too bad at all, actually. That's not bad. And you can see once we actually get up to speed, we're chilling at over 40 kilometers per hour. So that is one of the very, very nice things about this tank. There's the SU-152, but honestly, I see that base cap is going up very fast, so I'd much rather get a shell into that KV-4, bringing myself over 4,000 damage, and I mean, at this point, it's a pretty easy win either way, so I'm just going to farm this KV-4 while I can, because, again, I would much rather get damage out than have base cap completely ruin the chances of getting damage out. So, one more shot, let's reload, and bonk! Yeah, look at that. We're able to just get that shell out before the game ended, and with that, we did a very, very chunky amount of damage this battle, sitting at 4,968 while blocking 1,280. Not a bad game at all. We only got a first class, which is a bit disappointing. I was really hoping we could get an ace, and if we had been able to kill that IS-3, I bet we would have been able to get that ace, but unfortunately, it was not the case. But hey, we made another 100,000 credits, which is not all too bad at all, and still made 7,100 experience. Overall, not too bad. I enjoyed playing the IS-5 actually quite a bit, and even though I'm a bit loopy because it's quite late at night, as you can see, it's a pretty solid vehicle. Those are the only 2 battles I've actually played in the tank yet, so 4,000 average damage in the tank. Not too bad, but hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.